Hey guys, it's Sikaal and Opheana again, and today we want to talk in session 6 in this series that we're doing about the final category of willingness, which is the willingness for your personality, your vessel, to allow your spirit fully merge into your vessel. And for the personality, that is a big willingness. That is often the one we find in all the ascension consciousness readings that we do. That is the lowest for people because it is the final one that the personality surrenders through into. Understanding that working together with spirit is going to be the most beneficial for all involved. And so to understand that the personality is a vessel, including the physical body, including the mental and emotional energy bodies, and even the spiritual energy body, the lower energy bodies, allowing spirit to fully come in. Now it takes raising in consciousness to be able to hold that amount of energy that spirit brings with it. So when there's no connection to spirit at the lower levels, obviously spirit can't merge with the personality. But as that grows and grows and grows, the percentage that spirit can merge and the willingness the personality has and understanding that that is absolutely in the highest will grow and grow and grow. And so that percentage gently moves towards 100%. And when it's at 100%, you are your spirit embodied in your earthly incarnation. And I'm sure all of you would have heard that before. An embodied spirit in an earthly incarnation. Then you are your spirit in full control. The spirit that has the roadmap. The spirit that knows where to go. The spirit that knows what's coming. When to adjust, how to adjust, when to change, when to let go, when to learn. And that's when the game really starts to change. And obviously as you move more and more and more into that, and the personality, your soul allows more and more of your spirit to come in, more and more of your clairsenses will open and everything comes with it. Your intuition will be stronger. You'll know where to be, with whom to be, what your next steps are, and everything will become clear. You'll feel safer. There'll be a wider opening towards your multidimensional self with that as well. So this is the final willingness that your personality needs to be okay with increasing.
So the presence merging with your soul, with your mental body, with your emotional body, into your physical body. You can imagine the amount of change that goes on for that to actually be able to happen. And so that's the goal of the ascension process, is making space for spirit to come in. That's really what it's all about. And so things change, so if things change, then if it's where you want to move towards, look at where you need to change, as we spoke of in the willingnesses. It's working with the personality enough so that it gets to such a level that that percentage of willingness from the personality to let go to such a space that there's so much faith and trust that the presence has the space to move in. And if there is fear, if there is distrust of source, of spirit, of any areas of not trusting the mother-father energies, all of those need to be dealt with to trust spirit to move into the vessel. That feeling of the personality, if I fully surrender and let go, I might die. If I fully surrender and let go, who's going to take care of blah, blah, blah? If I fully surrender and let go, all of my responsibilities will just fall away and I'll just meditate all the time. Mm-hmm. It's actually not the case, unless it is your role to meditate all the time and to anchor a certain amount of energy on this earth to assist Mother Earth to basically carry the flame forward. However, usually there's a lot of other things that need to be done, and and your presence wants it to be done. Your presence is your masculine, divine masculine and divine feminine coming together with your divine inner child, all of that in this beautiful soul infused personality moving forward. So there is still an expression of the personality, but it's really infused with spirit so much that, as Sikaal said, every decision moving forward is based on this. And it can be scary in the beginning to just open your arms, let go, and be held. It is one of the highest initiations to go through, is to fully have faith that no matter what you do, no matter what forward movements are, if you trust in spirit that you will be taken care of and you will be supported. No matter how your external world looks, you will be taken care of. No matter what you do or don't know because of the blindfold that is on, still, that you will be taken care of no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's getting to that level of faith and trust that the spirit can say, they're there, okay, I'm moving in. And it's not to say that spirit isn't moving in all the way along on the ascension consciousness scale. You know, as you up your frequency, more of spirit can come in. To get to a level of high emergence with your spirit, you have to create a huge amount of space in your life, huge amount of space in your choices, huge of freedom. It's really all the areas that underneath that everyone actually wants. If you took all the control out of the world, all of the shoulds, all of the programs, all of that, everyone would literally allow their spirit to come in and walk this earth and work together in peace and in love and in bliss and in harmony. And we wouldn't all be walking around or sitting around just meditating, because there is things to be done on this earth and there is things to be on this earth. And so rather than allowing the personality to go in this big journey down the rabbit hole, just really embracing the idea of it can be a joyous experience to let go to the level where you are fully guided. Not from a place of disempowerment, like, oh, you just do it. Not that.
No, exactly.
From a place of power.
Because often, you know, there's a whole spectrum of belief systems out there, and it is up to you to decide what yours is. This is ours. We're presenting ours to you, and you can feel a resonance with parts of it or all of it. That's all up to you. But, you know, sometimes in one part of belief systems, it's get rid of the personality, get rid of the ego, kill the ego, get rid of the ego. Or the ego needs to be subdued or ignored, or what we're talking about is them working together. So as spirit comes in, the personality doesn't leave.
It evolves.
It's a mergence, a braiding of the two working together in harmony. And then what happens is your spirit comes in, and the qualities that your spirit naturally has, for instance, with us, I bring through a lot of light and a clarity in my way, and Opheana brings through more of her feminine flow and creativity, and we all have both of those elements, but we have a flavor to who we are. And often what we find is that our spirits and our personalities actually match. So you'll always, as a spirit, still be an embodiment of the flavor that your personality in its highest form already was. It's like those two can find each other and work together in braiding. So emergence of 100% of your spirit with your personality and the willingness of your personality to allow that to move through doesn't mean the personality leaves or is omitted or has to move out of the vessel and it's taken over by spirit.
No needs met.
It's a combination, and they work together like a team. Like in divine union, your masculine and feminine are a team. With spirit and personality, they're a team, so that your spirit, your God presence, can have the most joyous, effective, highest potential role in this earthly incarnation at this time. That is that mergence. Very different than get rid of the ego. The ego needs to be subdued. Don't listen to your thoughts. Meditate so you don't ever listen to anything again and you don't feel things. You got to just find a still point. And all of that is partly true because yes, that's how you start meditating, by finding a still point and stilling your thoughts, etc., etc. However, ultimately, as you move through the Ascension consciousness scale, it is a lot more about your spirit and your personality being a very powerful team. That's what it's about. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's something to be celebrated and embraced.
But it does take a process.
Yeah.
You know, it does take a lot of letting go, a lot of change to get to that point. And it's seeing that it is possible allows the change to take place along that process. And I just wanted to add as well, you will get your needs met. They may not be the needs that your personality, when it was at a lower frequency, thought that you needed, but your needs will be met. And
Your true needs
will be met, and you will be deeply supported with whatever you need to be comfortable.
Yep.
To be able to do your mission here on this earth and to move forward with grace and to move forward with a fulfillment deep in your heart, because again, doing your mission with joy is what you're here for. Doing your mission because even when it's challenging, when you move through a challenge on your mission, there's joy. Oh, we did it. You know, that type of celebration is part of the joy, and just having those moments of pure now, those blissful moments of really just feeling nature just support you. Your needs are met. Yeah. They might not look how your old personality thought they needed to look, and so it's being open to, well, what are my true needs? Spirit will support me of my true needs, and it's having the faith and the trust to go that way.
And those true needs will be different for each and every one of you.
Yeah.
But be open to them changing and not being according to an old third density model of a certain pattern or role or person that you are, or who you were when you were yet to move through the guru complex. A lot of that changes, and your true needs turn out to be much closer connected to nature and the universe and spirit and Gaia and simplicity and all that type of stuff. But each and every one of you will have your own path. So follow your guidance, because your role may be very different to ours, may be very different to people around you. So you've got to find yours, but trust, no matter what, like Opheana said, your true needs will be met, and you allow that to move through, and you allow the acceptance of that as well without fighting it, because you still feel it should be different. Based on old ways of thinking, old ways of being, old ways of feeling.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next session. Many, many, many blessings. Open your arms up as much as you can when you can. Embrace that spirit merging in. You know, you can merge with spirit in meditation. It's not that you can't do that if you don't have full mergence yet. You can experience those times, and then as you move closer and closer, it just stays with you a little bit longer, a little bit vibrating. Beautiful. It gets deeper. That it's more powerful,
and it becomes more permanent.
It's more permanent, and you are literally spirit walking on this earth.
Beautiful. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you.